Have you ever pondered why some students excel in their studies while others struggle, even when they both attend the same school? This question might seem simple, but the answer is far from it. It's a riddle that leads us to an often overlooked issue: educational inequality. Educational inequality, a term that might be new to some, is essentially the uneven distribution of academic resources, including but not limited to school funding, qualified and experienced teachers, books and technologies, to socially excluded communities. These disparities result in significant gaps in the educational achievement, attainment, and opportunities among students from different socioeconomic backgrounds. This inequality doesn't just exist in underprivileged communities or in the far-flung corners of the globe. It's right here, in our cities, in our neighborhoods, in the schools that our children attend. It's a silent divide that often goes unseen, but its effects are far-reaching and profound. You see, when a child from a low-income family enters kindergarten, they are already at a disadvantage. They've had fewer vocabulary exposures, less access to early education programs, and fewer experiences that nurture their curiosity and knowledge. As they progress through the school system, these gaps can widen, affecting not just their academic performance, but also their self-esteem, their aspirations, and their future prospects. Moreover, educational inequality also plays a significant role in perpetuating social and economic disparities. It's a self-reinforcing cycle. Children from low-income families have less access to quality education, which in turn limits their job prospects, keeping them, and in many cases their future generations, trapped in the cycle of poverty. But it's not all doom and gloom. By understanding the issue, we can begin to address it. We can advocate for policies that promote equal access to quality education. We can volunteer our time and resources to support underprivileged students, and we can work to raise awareness about this issue in our communities. It's time to delve into an actual case that sheds light on the stark realities of educational inequality. Imagine two classrooms in the same school, yet worlds apart in terms of resources and opportunities. Let's step into the first classroom. It's a vibrant space filled with the hum of modern technology. Students are engaged, their eyes lit with curiosity as they manipulate interactive whiteboards, work on state-of-the-art computers, and access a wealth of information at their fingertips. Guiding them is an experienced teacher, a seasoned navigator of the educational landscape, who effortlessly blends traditional teaching methods with the innovative use of technology. The classroom is an incubator of ideas, where the seeds of knowledge are planted and nurtured, and where students confidently reach for the stars. Now, let's take a detour to another part of the same school. Here, the classroom is starkly different. The paint on the walls is peeling, the textbooks are outdated, and technology is a luxury they can't afford. The teacher, though passionate, lacks the experience and resources to fully engage the students. The atmosphere is stagnant, the enthusiasm is muted, and the students' dreams seem tethered to the ground. The disparity in resources and opportunities is striking, but what's even more illuminating is the difference in academic performance. In the first classroom, students are thriving, their grades reflect their engagement, and they are well prepared for the challenges of the future. In contrast, the students in the second classroom are struggling to keep up, their grades are falling, and they are at risk of being left behind in the race to the future. The tale of these two classrooms is a poignant illustration of the educational inequality that exists not only within the same school, but also across the nation. It underscores the urgent need to bridge this divide, to level the playing field, and to ensure that every child, regardless of their circumstances, has access to quality education. This is not a fictional tale, but a real-life depiction of educational inequality. What happens when a child is left behind in an under-resourced classroom? Imagine a seed brimming with potential, but planted in barren soil. That's the plight of countless students trapped in the cycle of educational inequality. The long-term effects of this disparity are profound and far-reaching, extending beyond classroom walls and into every facet of their lives. Firstly, students in under-resourced classrooms often face lower academic achievement. Without access to quality education, they struggle to keep pace with their peers, not because they lack the capability, but because they lack the opportunity. This academic lag snowballs over time, leading to a widened achievement gap that's hard to bridge. Next, let's talk about career prospects. Education is the cornerstone of personal development and professional success. It's the ticket to a good job, financial stability, and upward mobility. But when students are denied equal educational opportunities, their career prospects dim. They're less likely to land high-paying jobs, more likely to settle for low-wage work, and thus more likely to remain trapped in the cycle of poverty. The repercussions of educational inequality don't stop at the individual level. It permeates society, contributing to economic disparities and social unrest. When a large portion of the population is undereducated and underemployed, it affects economic productivity. It stunts growth, fosters income inequality, and exacerbates social tensions. Moreover, educational inequality can breed a sense of disillusionment and resentment. Individuals who feel left behind may grow frustrated with the system, potentially leading to social unrest. It's a ticking time bomb, silently counting down to societal discord. The stark reality is that educational inequality is not an isolated issue that affects a handful of individuals. It's a systemic problem, a societal malady that impacts us all. It's a cycle that, if left unbroken, perpetuates itself, sowing seeds of disparity in each successive generation. Educational inequality is not just a personal issue, but a societal problem that requires collective action. We are all stakeholders in this issue, and it's high time we realize the urgency of addressing it. What if we could break this cycle of educational inequality? Let's step into a world where every student, regardless of their zip code, has access to a quality education. A world where schools are funded equitably and teachers are supported and trained to meet the diverse needs of their students. How can we make this world a reality? It starts with an equitable distribution of resources. Think about it like this. If you're running a race and you start a significant distance behind the starting line, you're going to need a little extra help to catch up. Similarly, schools in disadvantaged areas need more resources to provide their students with the same opportunities as their peers in more affluent areas. This could include things like additional funding, access to advanced courses, or specialized support staff. Next, we have to consider the role of teachers. They are, after all, the front line of education. Investing in teacher training programs that focus on cultural competency and inclusive teaching strategies can help bridge the gap. Teachers equipped with these skills are better able to understand and cater to the diverse needs of their students, creating a more inclusive and effective learning environment. Lastly, we need to look at policy reforms. This is a broad and complex area, but one that holds significant potential for change. Policies that prioritize equal opportunities in education, that address systemic issues like school funding based on property taxes, and that aim to eliminate biases in the education system, can play a crucial role in breaking the cycle of educational inequality. Yes, these solutions require significant effort and investment, but the benefits? They are exponential. Better education leads to better job prospects, which leads to better economic stability. And this isn't just beneficial for the individual. It benefits society as a whole. It's a long-term investment with a high return. So let's imagine that world again. A world where every student has the opportunity to excel, where their potential isn't limited by their circumstances. It might seem like a daunting task, but remember, every journey begins with a single step. Change is possible, but it requires commitment and action from all of us. So, how can you contribute to reducing educational inequality? Education is a fundamental human right, yet it's a right that's not equally accessible to all. This is not just an issue for policymakers and educators to grapple with, but a challenge for each one of us. You may wonder, what can I do? The answer is a lot more than you might think. One of the most powerful ways to contribute is by advocating for policy reforms. This could be as simple as writing to your local representative or as involved as campaigning for education-friendly policies. Remember, policy changes can lead to substantial shifts in educational equity. Another effective way to help is by volunteering your time and skills. Many under-resourced schools and educational programs are in desperate need of volunteers. Whether you're tutoring students, helping with school events, or assisting in administrative tasks, your time can make a significant difference. Donating to educational charities is another avenue for contribution. These organizations work tirelessly to provide resources, opportunities, and support to students in need. Even a small donation can go a long way in providing textbooks, school supplies, or even scholarships for deserving students. But perhaps the most important thing you can do is to stay informed and spread awareness. Understanding the issues, the causes, and the effects of educational inequality is the first step to creating change. Share this knowledge with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Start conversations. Challenge assumptions. Encourage others to get involved. Every action, no matter how small, can make a big difference. Every voice can help to amplify the call for change. Every hand can help to lift a student up and bring them closer to their dreams. The future of our children and our society lies in our hands. Together, we can bridge the educational divide and create a more equitable future for all.